Welcome, Gemini. This is your weekly focus for the week of September the 2nd. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Let's turn to the cards and find out, Gemini, what they reveal for your week going forward. Okay, underlying energy. Underlying energy is. Look at that, the Three of Cups. It's about joy. It's about happiness. It's about celebration. This is about, yeah, it's about having fun this week. Celebrating joy. Good news could come your way this week. This is about getting together with other people, enjoying each other, laughing, smiling, having fun, giggles, dancing. Just get creative. Just allow your inner expression to shine this week. Okay, this is not a week to be overly serious, I would have to say, but rather to enjoy the people around you, enjoy yourself, enjoy what you're doing. Find the laughter, find the joy. Absolutely. We have the Emperor as our very first card. So, okay, I take it back. We are going to be doing some work. This is about making the plan. This is about strategizing. This is about understanding where we want to move forward. This is about getting all of our ducks in a row. This is making sure that we have a strong foundation on which to build. Our intuition is very strong here. We are the diplomat here, so our voice is very strong as well in what we are trying to convey. The emperor doesn't become the emperor because he's not a good public speaker, right? He's the one that everybody's listening to. When he's talking, nobody else is talking. And it's kind of that kind of energy that could be your energy this week. So think about what you want to say, what you are proposing, what you are trying to get buy-in for, what you're trying to explain in some way or to converse in some way. You're very strong, and it's about building the plan. It's about building the strategy. It's about taking those proper steps forward and where you think those steps need to be, and convincing other people or bringing other people into the fold that will support you, not only support you, but will work with you in moving forward. Okay, we have the Hangman. Everyone's getting such strong energy. My goodness. The Hangman is here telling us not to rush into things. Yeah, not to rush into things. Also with the Emperor, don't be overly critical. By keeping an open mind, you can let in the possibilities of things you've never thought about before. Okay. We want to think things through. We don't want to get overly emotional. We don't want to get too emotionally invested in what we are trying to do. And that might be hard this week because we started out with the Three of Cups, which is all about happiness and joy and emotion. But I think we are stronger when we can actually take the emotion out of the plan, the strategy of where we want to go. We're looking at different parts of our life. We're looking about maybe revamping what we are in charge of or what we control. It could be gaining new perspectives as well. Maybe you have been pushing against a wall and pushing and pushing and pushing, and as you back up, you see that it was actually a door with the word pull on it. So it's about backing it up, and you see things through a new set of lenses, and a new understanding comes in. And we have the Devil card. My goodness. So what has held you back? What doesn't allow you to go forward? Where do you feel that you are limited? Where do you feel you work against yourself in some way? Okay, because those are the things that you want to look at. Those are the things that you want to, I hear the word revamp in your life. This is essentially becoming the phoenix rising out of the ashes, learning from our past mistakes, our past actions, and, bringing in a new and improved self because of those things, by thinking it through, by understanding where the plan faltered because you allowed a certain part of your energy to overtake rather than to go with the flow of the situation. Does that make sense to you? Overriding this energy, we have the Three of Pentacles. So we know that it's going to take hard work. We know we can do exceptional work. It's about putting our focus on the things that where we want to shine. It's about showcasing our talents in some way, knowing that the long way is the right way, that there are no shortcuts. We have to show up and have those deliberate steps day by day. Always put your best foot forward. Don't take the shortcuts. People are watching you right now. Maybe they're watching you to ask you out. Maybe they're watching you to give you a promotion, whatever it may be. You want to be putting your best foot forward. If you were going to do something, do it well this week. We have the strength card. So this is about walking with your sense of integrity, but also about having a belief in yourself, taking a risk on yourself, knowing that you've got this, knowing that you've got what it takes to move yourself forward in the right direction. As we step into this week, we have the 5 of Cups. So you might be feeling a little lost. You might be feeling that you're being pulled in different directions. And I think it's getting back to basics. I think it's, kind of, bringing back things into basics and looking at, okay, so here's where I'm at. Here's where I want to go, and start strategizing a plan. And I think through that, you get this, you get that strength, you get that understanding of that belief in yourself, you grow that belief. But I think it's by looking at your situations, by understanding your situations, by getting a larger perception or viewpoint of your situations, understanding where you might have actually tripped yourself up. Okay, are you allowed yourself to convince, it's like we can convince ourselves to do just about anything, right? We can convince ourselves to say no to anything. We can convince ourselves that that's not a good idea or that's not a good idea. Even if that inner voice is saying, it's a good idea, you will find the excuses. If you feel uncomfortable, if you feel like in some way you're unbalanced or you're unsure or it's overwhelming, that you will talk your way out of it. And I stress that this week is not a week where you will talk yourself out of doing things, especially collaborate things within a group, even if it's just getting out for a couple of drinks or dinner out or whatever it might be. The book club's meeting. Hey, how about you join us? I don't care what it is. Try and say yes to those opportunities this week, because I think you'll find a lot of joy and happiness through those experiences, but it also leads you to something this week. So you need to talk to that certain person, and maybe because they just spark an idea in your mind that lets you run away with the rest of it. Okay. So I get this as a strong take action week for you. Although I'm not seeing a lot of action, maybe it'll come out yet. But you start off the week not believing in yourself, or maybe it's just you're overwhelmed and you're not sure what action to take or what way to go. I think that clears up very early in the week for you, though, where you start to get some kind of momentum. Let's see what else the cards give us. The 7 of Pentacles, I think our focus changes. As we go through this week, we start to gain a focus to where our attention needs to be, what we need to focus on, where we need to drive our energies. Since it's showing up in this realm, we have Pentacles and Pentacles here. Um, eh, be careful that you're not spending a lot of money when it comes to having fun. Okay, I think it's more of we want to invest in ourselves, if anything. And when I say overspend, you automatically thought money, and most people do, and that's okay. But it could be your time or your energy just as much as anything else. So make sure that you're very mindful of what you are giving away and what you're actually utilizing for your own purposes. I don't think we want to put anything on the shelf. I think rather that we have to discipline ourselves more in finding that joy and happiness within the group and personalizing that joy and happiness as well. So it could be where, this could be something too where you've had some ideas about how to grow your finances. And this is a time now to put those plans in action, that you're ready for this forward movement. Maybe you had to dispel some kind of behavior or something. Maybe you have been overspending on fun and frivolous, and now you're tightening your belt and you're saying, no, I'm going to invest it in me. I'm going to invest it in my dreams. I'm going to push it in this direction. Or maybe I'm just going to put it in the bank to grow, or invest it in some kind of investment in order to let it grow, so that, and I can work towards making that pile bigger and bigger and bigger, kind of thing, in order to have more funds. I mean, if you want to buy a house, you can't have just enough to buy a car, right? You have to have some savings. You have to have some kind of, so maybe it's financial security, is long-term financial security that you could be working towards here. When it comes to work and career, the Knight of Wands is, in my opinion, the no man's land kind of thing. We need to first recognize what we have come through in order to be as successful as we are in this moment. Our accomplishments, our abilities, our strengths, where we have grown, where we have, you know, we've shone. We're great. We're phenomenal. There's a lot about this, recognizing just how great you can be and applying this greatness to your tomorrow. The second part of that card is looking at the here and now and being grateful for what you already have to work with. But I think the last part of this is also putting up the intentions of where you want the growth to be, where you want to grow, where you want to strengthen, where you want to step forward. So we could be looking at where we have control in our lives, where we are placing control in our life, where we actually need it. More of being in the moment, not worrying so much about the past or the future, but being more present and in the moment, and what you're doing at the present time is very beneficial for you right now. When we go to love and relationships, we have actually the Four of Swords. I get the sense that you need to pull yourself away from too much joy, too much happiness, too much laughter. Like you're going to burn yourself out or something by just. Uh, but there's a time and a place for everything, and so I don't want you to isolate yourself either. This is a time to set the reset button in. Yeah, to hit the reset button, to just allow love to happen, just allow joy to happen. Allow those romantic sparks to happen. Just relax in the relationship. So I almost get the sense of you're trying to have too much control on what happens in the relationship right now, and to just allow some joy to come in, and all those problems will be there next week, okay? But for now, just relax in the experience. I think you will actually become grow a relationship stronger by the fact that you are relaxing and not worrying about all the little details of what goes into a successful relationship, but to let your hair down a little bit and have some fun within the relationship. Let some romantic sparks go in the air. Get creative, get innovative with what you are doing within the relationship. Of course, we want to strategize, we want to plan. So we could be looking at our homes, we could be looking at growing our homes into more of a reflection of where our lives are going, where our family unit is going. We could be redecorating. Absolutely. We could be redecorating or investing in our home, making it, the appreciating it in value, rather just the feeling of happiness, joy, comfort, or it could be that you are looking to, you're going to be putting it on the market soon and you want it to get the top dollar. It could be that, or you just want a more appeasing atmosphere when people look at the house to be like, wow, I'd love to live there. It looks like such a beautiful home. Those kinds of things. Or it could be about the going on within the home. Uh, But to take time out, also rest, recuperate, recharge your batteries. Don't try and overdo things. Don't try and over commitments, and don't rush any kind of decisions here. Just go with the flow this week. I think you'll be much happier if you just go with the flow and look for the happiness, the joy, and the celebration in your life. That card says it all. Of course, we do want to build some structure, some foundation towards where we are going. Maybe look at the strategy, look at the plan, but that can't be the end all be all. It's almost about backing it up and really looking at our master plan and how we've been forging forward. And are we doing the right things? Do we need to vamp up? I hear that revamp again. Revamp some of our goals, some of our structures, maybe how we invest our money in order to grow that financial security that I felt over here in some way. Maybe we are ridding ourselves of some bad habits or behaviors that allows us to grow a stronger sense of a foundation or get our ducks a little bit more in a row. And we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is about tapping into great wisdom and understanding. I think you need to relax. I think you need to find joy in your life this week. I think that that is going to allow you to, it's almost like you built walls on yourself, that you don't let certain things come through because it would just be too much to deal with, and allowing in a little bit of joy and celebration in your life. Um, would open you up a little bit more to, joy, celebration, love, laughter, giggles, will allow those walls to come down, and you'll really be able to, by week's end or going into next week, tap into that sage wisdom of yours to make those solid steps towards, I hear, financial security. I hear taking your talents and monetizing them in a new level, and to grow. So we may walk into the week feeling a little overwhelmed. That's okay, because there's a lot of strength to be had. Just let your hair down, relax a little bit, enjoy life, embrace the opportunities, but most importantly, embrace the giggles and laughter. Get creative, get innovative with everything you do. And I think that your focus going forward is going to be so much stronger because of it. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you, Gemini.